Alright you guys, so getting started with this haircut, we are trimming down the top, so I'm saturating my client's hair with water to go ahead and begin to trim the top. So I find that curly hair is usually harder to go ahead and cut with scissors, but we're going to be doing the same steps as we do with any other hair texture. So starting off with the front, I'm going to go ahead and create my guideline for the entire haircut. But I usually like to leave the front a little bit longer than the back. So as I'm working my way back, I'm obviously going to be cutting a little bit more hair. That way the front is longer than the back. So now that we got the hair trimmed up, now is time to go ahead and begin the fade. And here I am using my cordless T-outliner, and I'm basically going to be doing about like a mid fade. So I want to keep it about mid length, and then going around the ear, I'm going to go ahead and drop it a little bit because I do want to keep that length on the back. I just feel like it's going to make the haircut flow a lot better, and it's all just going to come together and look dope. Here I'm just going in with the shavers just to go ahead and clean up everything, all the little stubble, just to make it real bald for the bald fade. So now here I'm switching over to my cordless magic clips, and I'm using the number 1.5 guard to go ahead and remove the bulk, and I'm going in with the lever all the way open, pretty much making it a short version of a number 2. So I like to do this just to go ahead and remove the bulk and allow me to see everything that I'm doing once I'm going in and creating my guidelines. And also when I'm removing the bulk, I do want to keep in mind about the shape that I was talking to you guys about. Since I am dropping it in the back, you also want to go ahead and drop it when you're removing the bulk, because you want to give yourself enough room to go ahead and work with, to go ahead and do all of the guidelines, but you also do want to keep that same shape, so keep that in mind. So now here I'm going in with the magic clips with no guard, with the lever all the way open, and I'm gonna go ahead and start to begin the blend, starting off with the guideline about going up about 1/2 inch. Now I went ahead and closed the lever all the way, and we're gonna go ahead and start to begin to blend out the bottom line, making sure that I'm flicking up about 1/4 inch up. Now here I'm actually opening it up halfway, and then we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing, flick up about 1/4 inch up, and you guys are gonna notice that I'm gonna go ahead and open the lever all the way again, and basically just playing with the lever, going from open to halfway, just to go ahead and remove any dark spot that you see at the bottom. So now here I'm going back in with the cordless T-outliner just because sometimes the all the way closed doesn't fully get rid of the bottom line. So I'm going back in with the trimmers just to go ahead and bump out any line that I see at the very bottom. Now here I went ahead and attached my half guard, and once again, starting with the lever all the way open, we're gonna go ahead and create a new guideline, and all these guidelines are gonna be about going up about 1/2 inch, and again we're keeping the exact same shape. So of course dropping it once you get to the back, and make sure you guys flick out when you guys are doing these guidelines. So now here I'm going in with the lever halfway, and then I'm gonna start blending downwards, so making sure that I'm staying underneath the lever all the way open. I'm gonna go ahead and flick out and then eventually close the lever all the way, and then fully blend out the bottom line. You always want to be playing with the lever just because it will help you get rid of all those dark spots. Now we're going to continue to keep blending up, and this time I went ahead and attached my number 1 guard, and again starting with the lever all the way open, I'm going to go ahead and create a guideline by going up about 1/2 inch. Now here I went ahead and closed the lever all the way, and I'm going in using the corners and the full blade to go ahead and get rid of the bottom line. And I always like to do some detail work, so if you notice something that you might have missed, always go back and correct it, because once you go ahead and finish the haircut and you try to go back at the very end, I find I'm kind of lost on what step that was. So if you go ahead and catch it early, you go back and then correct it right away, it'll make it a lot easier. So now with the number 1.5 guard, I'm gonna go in with the lever all the way closed this time, and that should pretty much finish off the fade. I'm just going in at the corner right there, just making sure that I'm flicking it out, trying to get it ready to go ahead and clipper over comb. Alright you guys, so if you guys are not using this comb that I have right here, you guys definitely want to go ahead and check it out. It's cheap and it's amazing. It's called a carbon comb, I believe. I'll have the link down in the description down below. But yeah, it'll make your guys' life a lot easier. It's super sturdy and it's just great. But with the clipper over comb, I always like to start off at the very bottom and start flaring out as I go up, and do little sections. Take your time with this and take a step back, look at the haircut, see if you need a clipper over comb a specific area a little bit more. But yeah, definitely take your time with this. And the way I'm doing this, I'm using the cordless magic clips just with the lever all the way open, and then just going straight in with the clipper over comb. Once again, with the detail work, you definitely want to catch it early. So here I'm going back in with the number 1.5 guard, and I'm basically just going to be playing with the lever just to go ahead and get rid of any dark spots that I see. Now for his lineup is one of the more difficult lineups that I have done, but here I'm just spraying some hairspray on his lineup just to go ahead and make it easier, make the hair stay in place. And here I'm just drying it with my blow dryer to make it easier for the clipper. And once it's all dry, it's gonna be really easy to go ahead and line up. And I also like to spray hairspray because I find it dries the scalp in a way, and it kind of leaves an ash line that everybody likes. So yeah, that's why I like using hairspray. But here I'm going in with my Babyliss trimmers, and starting off in the middle, I'm obviously going to have to push him back a little bit on the side, but then again, I want to keep it as natural as possible too. So I'm starting off in the middle and working my way over to the right, and then once again just trying to keep it as natural as possible, but also make it crispy at the same time, and going little by little. Now I will be applying a little bit of color enhancement to his lineup. You know, he didn't really need it, but for the video I am going to go ahead and do it because I want it to be as crispy as possible. But before you apply paint, please make sure that it's naturally crispy. You don't want your client to go home and shower and then his hairline is all jacked up. So definitely make sure that his hairline is crispy before you apply paint. And then after, he's gonna look at himself in the mirror and he's gonna be like, damn, you know, it just makes him feel a lot better. It makes me feel a lot better when they spray enhancement on my lineup. So yeah, it's just definitely not necessary, but it just makes your client feel better. Now to go ahead and finish off the haircut, I'm gonna go ahead and reactivate the curls. So what better way than to spray some water and apply some product to his hair, and that would pretty much wrap it up. If you guys liked it, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up. It helps the video out a lot. Don't forget to leave your feedback in the comment section down below. I do read all the comments. I try to reply to as many as I can, but yeah, thank you guys again for watching. If you guys would like to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is in the description down below, or you could just find me at Zapata the Barber. But once again, thank you guys for watching. You guys are dope. You guys are awesome. I appreciate everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.